No more waiting around, and Papa is home, safe and sound. A reversal against Toulouse and a performance to bring the booze. Another record falls as a striker reaches 200 goals. And another week in FPL has gone pretty well. The good, the bad and the ugly of EPL and FPL Gameweek number 12, brought to you by the LFC file. Hello one and all, and welcome back to the latest episode of the good, the bad and the ugly at Liverpool FC and of course Fantasy Premier League for Gameweek 12. Again, as always, thank you very much for the continued support for the channel, all the views and the likes from the last week and previous videos. So please keep tuned, tell your friends, and let's continue to grow the community together. And as I say, as usual, the blog is available on Facebook, Instagram and X. Without further ado, let's begin with this week's The Good. The good this week, not entirely football related, but this is actually the return of Luis Diaz's father, Luis Manuel Diaz. And I've got the Mail Online here with the headline, Luis Diaz's father, Luis Manuel Diaz, is pictured for the first time following his release by ELN as 12-day ordeal comes to an end. So all's well that ends well. And that brings us on to the bad. No prizes for guessing the bad this week. It's definitely going to be the 3-2 loss to Toulouse during the week in the Europa Cup group game. So Liverpool were 1-0 down at the break, and Toulouse doubled their lead in, I think, about the 58th minute of the second half. So that was Liverpool 2-0 down. There was a bizarre own goal from Toulouse, which gave Liverpool some hope. But no sooner had Toulouse embarrassed themselves, they were able to extend their lead again. Substitute Diogo Jota came on and scored a blinder in the final minute of normal time. It looked as if this was going to be a 3-2 loss for Liverpool. Young Jarell Quansah fired in at close range, which unfortunately was chalked off for a foul that happened, I think, maybe 3 or 4 passes beforehand. I think it was a handball from Alex McAllister. And we've got here the headline from The Guardian, as you can see here, Toulouse hang on to shock Liverpool after last gasp Quansah strike ruled out. Hang on. I think Liverpool done most of the hanging on, to be honest. But still, the team are 2 goals to 2 points to the good in the group stage, and hopefully they will qualify in the top seed. So fingers crossed they can continue on a positive note in the next game. We move swiftly on to this week's ugly, which of course is a smugly. And that is, if we need any reminding, but Liverpool's 3-0, I wouldn't say demolition, it was a very clinical, I wouldn't say even clinical, it's just a good performance against Brentford, usually a side that Liverpool have been guilty of struggling against, but no such problems yesterday at Anfield. So good result. 2 goals from Nunes were disallowed, one dubiously looking for offside, but apparently the lines from VAR seem to confirm that. Yeah, what can you say? 2 goals disallowed, but then 2 assists for Nunes for that man, Mo Salah. And the second goal took him on to 200 Premier League goals. So he scored 2 for Chelsea, apparently, way back when. And that was his 198th for Liverpool. So well done, that man, Mo Salah. What a great servant he's been for the club. And in support of Mo Salah's feat, we've got the headline from Sky Sports here. Salah brings up double ton as Liverpool ease past Brentford, which is a fair synopsis, I would say. Very professional performance, to use an old cliche. That puts the team on points-wise. Liverpool joint on 27 points with Arsenal with 1 goal difference better, 17 compared to 16, and 1 point away from Man City, who lead the table on 28 points. And just mentioned yesterday the game, the 4-4 result, Man City and Chelsea, or Chelsea Man City to use the correct way round. Brilliant game. What can I say? Not a fan of either team, but for the neutral, super game, really good. Lashing down with rain, players sliding all over the place. Great goals, great commitment. Excellent advert for the Premier League. Before I wrap up, one or two things to mention. Firstly, there is the regular FC Bumpy Grasted catch-up. I've got 75 points this week against the average of 64, so above average performance. Can't argue too much with that. Could have been a little bit better. I bought in Gordon for Newcastle because they were playing Bournemouth, and one would have suspected that he would have made a good addition. Bournemouth being a bottom three side and having conceded I don't know how many goals, you would have thought Gordon would have been in with a good shout, especially being in FPL as a midfielder, and I think he played pretty much as a striker on Saturday. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. They lost 2-0 to Bournemouth. Transfer wise, I'm not sure. Liverpool play Man City in the next game away, and it's a tricky one. I'm thinking of maybe substituting Alisson Becker just in case. You never know. Good week. I've had worse, that's for sure. As promised last week, I'm going to bring you a couple of leagues that I'm partaking in, one being the Düsseldorf Super League. Second from last, 8 out of 9. Doesn't sound great, but as you can see, with a top score of 770 in this league, you can see that these guys are animals. I don't think they have any friends. They don't eat. They are just FPL machines. So, not the best there. And the second is League 20859663. Not the most imaginative of names, but I'm fifth there. 559 points after scoring on game week 3. I started in that one. Not bad. 661 points in total. Not a bad performance. Let's see, hopefully continue the progress after the international break. And that pretty much wraps it up from me. One small thing is just to remember, Movember is still on. It's not over yet. Almost sort of been grown out by the rest of the beard, but still going strong. I've left a link to donate somewhere down here and also in the description. So please do so if you can spare a couple of quid. That will be very grateful, very helpful in support of men's health. Today, November the 13th, is actually World Kindness Day. So be kind, be good. Remember, follow the blog on Facebook, Instagram and X, and subscribe, like, share, and let's continue to grow the channel. Thanks very much all. Until next week, be kind. The LFC file.